Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I mean, good afternoon or good evening. Hello, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Hello, 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 everyone. And look, your girl's back. I still sound like I have a frog caught in my throat, but that's okay. Today was the first day in over a week that I have actually felt human. That is right. Look at me. Whoop, whoop, feeling human again, right? Today we're going to talk about the Conde Christmas box. I know you guys have started seeing them all over the place, but here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to press some of this stuff. And we're going to kind of a different camera view this evening. I wanted to try a different view than instead of the top view. So you're going to get this view, and then when I flip the camera, you're actually going to get a press view. So sorry, you're going to get the side profile view of your fluffy one here, but you know what? We're here to work. We're not here to stare at Nikki's fluffiness. So I am so happy to be back. And one of the things I love about working with Conde Systems is they send me a box and they're like, Nikki, have a ball with it. Here's what we've got inside. So they sent me a box, which if you guys spend, I think it's over $200 or $250, you guys can get your box too, right? So if you go and spend them, I know they're running huge deals right now. Y'all can hear me, I hope, right? You can hear me? Give me a thumbs up that you can hear me. Just because, again, I've got 4 cameras running right now, so only 2 are going to be used. So hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me know in the comment section that you can hear me. Hello. So hello to everybody over on YouTube and hello to everybody on Facebook. As you guys know, I am trying to get back at it. And before we get onto this list, do what we always do. Thank the ladies behind the helm. Thanks Jessica, Jody, and Cheyenne and Amanda for helping me out. If they're here tonight, thanks so much. This was kind of a last minute live, unprepped. We are literally winging it tonight. I printed off a bunch of stuff and we're just going to go with it because that's how we do things around here. We're going to talk about all the items. I'm going to tell you some of the things that I love, and we're going to talk about the things that I probably can't press without a convection oven, but that's okay. We'll get to it, right? All right. So here we go. They sent me this like laundry list of items, and I want to show them to you. Again, I know you've already seen some people show off these boxes, but as a teacher over at the Conde Virtual Open House, which I teach on the 29th at 2:30 Central Standard Time, I hope you guys can join me for that class. It is a free class. It's a virtual class, so you guys get to watch me teach how to press items using the board method with a smaller press, which is another reason why I'm doing the different camera angle, because I want you guys to be able to get a different view. So watch me press an item. It's a game board. I will show you guys more of that on the 29th at 2:30 Central Standard Time. So I was very honored that they asked me to teach. As you guys know, this year has been spent me going all over what feels like the globe at this point, teaching away and having a blast doing it. So let's get to these items. First of all, I gotta tell you the things that I loved, and I love the fact that Sprite heard me. Like, she heard your girl. It was loud and clear. I'm like, Sprite, we have a problem. If you're gonna send me items for me to press, could you at least send me the shrink wrap that goes with it? Because I don't have shrink wrap. And she's like, I see you and I hear you. And so she did. She sent this shrink wrap. This was probably my thank you for listening to me Sprite conversation, because I don't have shrink wrap that fits the items I'm about to show you. That's okay. You know, some people don't, but having the shrink wrap in the box was honestly the biggest sell for me. If you're going to do it right. So let's just stick that over there. They also sent something that I felt was completely unheard of for a Christmas in July box. That was, they sent me paper, like itty bitty paper. So this paper, let me make sure I got this. I got to give you the deets here. So the shrink wrap is SF79. All right. Yeah, I got the cheat sheet. I feel like Sprite standing here. I'm just not as tattooed as she is. Anyway, and then the paper is SPP013. Now, I only ever work in 13 by 19 paper. They may sell me on this, okay? So this is their brand of sublimation paper. And this is 5.5 by 9.5, which is great for the cups and the mugs and the smaller stuff, right? I'm one of those people who doesn't know how to change the, no, I do, it's just I don't. Anyway, so I love the fact that I have now smaller paper for smaller items without wasting my 13 by 19 paper. I have been using that, so kudos, shout out for the large pack of paper. There's 100 sheets in here, like for reals. Okay, so yep, y'all gotta deal with this. Y'all gotta deal with this madness. I am back, baby. I just can't talk well. I am back. Okay, so let's also talk about it. As you guys know, my daughter's gonna be a teacher, right? A teacher. And look, we've got this cute little canister. It is ceramic. And I'm trying to find it on my list because, you know, your girl is completely unprepared. I got my box today and I was like, let's just do the darn thing. So this is pH 11. Now they call this, which is the ironic thing, they call it 11-ounce stainless steel Tugger white, but this is not stainless steel. This is ceramic. So I'm pretty sure this is the wrong product number. But this little guy right here, let me see if it's in, I don't even know where the box is great for holding pens, anything for your desk. So we will press this on a different live when I do all the drinkware that I got, because some of these I have to logistically work at, but that's okay. Remember, we're only using one. We're going to use the big press today. So this is the ceramic one. It's got some weight to it. So basically it's like a coffee mug without the handle. So there you go. We got that. The next thing we got was the cute little kids cup. Boop, right? So if you've got some kiddos in your world, this is a really cute cup for you to have. This is the toddler bottle. It's 12 ounces. It's SSB 16W. I look forward to pressing this thing, and honestly, I am a kid at heart because I will sit here and do this for 20 minutes. Don't ask, okay? You're here for it. Then we got the camp cup. This is that camp cup. Now, remember, when we go to do these, there is a definite way to pressing these inside your mug press, and that is to make sure you put the lip outside of that mug press. But when we get to doing all things mug related, I will make sure I give you the tips and tricks on this little guy right here. But if you're looking to get this one, this is great for Christmas time in the sense of this is a cute little Christmas like hot chocolate mug. But if you wanted to add it to an adventure Christmas pack for somebody, you could put this as a little, it's a, not a ceramic, but a metal. This is the Enamel Camp Mug. It's CM114. Now, if you add in here, you could add in anything really that's camp related and then bundle it up together. Again, I'll give you some more ideas and grab some stuff from Conde as well to make this for a camper's dream little present thing. Okay, so we'll make sure we get to that. Hello, hello, hello. All right, this is like the Mac Daddy of all Mac Daddy mugs. I gotta tell you, when you get a mug, you get a mug, right? So this guy right here, he is like 30 ounces of pure lovin'. This guy right here is TUM211. This is the Luma Steel Stainless Steel Tumbler 30-ounce octagon base. I want to try to press the whole thing. I'm not sure how this is going to come out because there's a beveled edge and I'm not really good with that. But honestly, if you're into this style of tumbler, this is a lot of bang for your buck. It does have just the opening here. You know, it doesn't close or anything, so it's not like your little 20 ounces like this guy right here. This is the 20 ounce that they have. This one does close shut. It does come with the metal straw. But this guy right here, he isn't open, but let me tell you, 30 ounces is a lot of liquid to be drinking in one sitting. All right, so make sure you watch the tumbler when I do the tumbler one on that. Now here's some other goodies that we're going to press tonight, and I got to tell you why I love them. Let me just go grab one fancy dancy little thing, like the transfers. That would help. Transfers help. They save lives. Okay, so I want to tell you something, and it's important that I tell you about this because I'm going to bring it up again because I don't think you guys fully understand how much I love this one tool. So This is the acrylic that you can get from Conde. This is their beautiful acrylic, like you can see right through. It is gorgeous. Well, it comes with this blue film on it. And I have to tell you, my biggest fear about trying to get anything off of the acrylic is scratching it. That's the same with the MDF. That's the same with the metal. I'm always afraid I'm gonna scratch it. Or I'm gonna dig my nails to, you know, pieces, right? So I talked about it in an earlier live, and I used my Pro Tool on this, all right? And this is the Pro Tool. It's the 3D Puff Pro Tool that you can get. And let me tell you, it did not scratch one bit any part of this of me pulling off that, that tape. Because that was my fear, is that I was going to gouge it and whatnot. I'm like, here's a test. I'm gonna see how well this comes off, because acrylic can be very temperamental. You can scrape off that backing very easily, and now you're upset about it, right? Or MDF scrapes really easily as well. And if you're using a picker tool that is really sharp, you're gonna end up gouging it. I gotta tell you, this end right here has been an absolute lifesaver and well worth the money. You can find Cheyenne in the comments right now, because I see that she's here. She could put the link to it, but it's 3D Puff Pro Tools with an S.com. Go and get yourself one, type in the word sassy, and you guys can get some percentage off, so that you guys can get your little Pro Tool too. It's a must have. It's gonna make peeling off the film off all these beautiful substrates just a little bit more of an easier thing. So here's the thing. We have the acrylic, and this is the glass. I absolutely love pressing glass. Sounds crazy, but I do. But you don't mirror your images in these, okay? So these are not a mirrored image kind of thing. So that's what these are. I am gonna press the glass one tonight, just so you guys could see what it looks like. There will be no wording on it, but I just wanted you to be able to see what it looks like. But the glass is absolutely gorgeous. If you're looking for those on the glass and on the acrylic, the acrylic ornament is 2¼ by 3 inches. It's the oval one, and that one is ACR 321. That couldn't have been any easier if I had tried, right? So they do have that one. And then the glass ornament, it's the Color Light glass ornament. I love anything Color Light. It's YZ717S. It's a 3½ inch round. That's a decent size round for a glass ornament. It's a lot of residential space when it comes to what you could put on it image wise. It means your picture quality of the faces of people aren't going to be these little bitty tiny things, right? They're not going to be that. So that's a beautiful thing for that. All right. So then you have the Benelux and the round. These guys are in metal. You have the Teardrop. Now, this Teardrop can be used as a pendant. It can be used as a fan pull. You really can use it as absolutely anything. It can even be used as a zipper pull for a kiddo. Like you could put it on their jackets for their coats and stuff in the wintertime, for those of us who still live in, you know, the Arctic. If you notice, I'm still in New York. Anyway, you guys can make sure that you guys can use this for the kiddos. Just put a triangle like jump ring in here, and you could put it on their zippers. Great zipper pulls for any, you know, any kiddo really. And it also helps with the elderly too, when they're arthritic and they can't get their fingers really small onto those zippers. This works really well. So it's not just a pendant, and it's not just a fan pull. You could really use it also for pulls for your jackets. Then we have here, you got your coasters. These are your MDF coasters. These guys, you could just kind of just throw them around. All right, you don't want to necessarily drop them. Please keep in mind that, like all MDF, if you drop it on the floor enough, you're going to crack and trip it to pieces. But they sub beautifully. Just like everything else MDF. Quality MDF always subs beautifully. And it's Unisub brand. And why? Because Unisub brand is the top-notch brand of MDF that you could possibly have. And with that said, you really want that because it's not yellow. There's ones out there that are yellow, and you don't want yellow MDF. I'm sorry, but my snowman does not need to look yellow. It needs to look white. So that one you could find, it's 026. Make sure. And that this guy right here is the Ironclad Aluminum Pendant Teardrop. It is two-sided. It's KFRO 909. There you go. It's 0 actually, not O. KFR 0909. Sorry, I did O. Whoopsies. All right, then you have your air fresheners. We got an air freshener in there. We've got a bag tag. The designs for really both of these are interchangeable. This is the FRP, which means this takes a beating. If you go on a luggage tag, you want a luggage tag that's with FRP, or, hold please, let me open it up. You really don't want an MDF luggage tag, and I will explain why. Okay, so this is the FRP, and this is that glitter faux leather, the pleather ones, right? And here's why these are your best options for luggage tags. They go through the ringer. They get picked up, tossed around like a bag of potatoes, and those luggage tags literally get beaten up. MDF is not going to last on them. And you know what? It's great if you're going to put them on for like your overhead bin stuff, perfect. But for stuff that's going to be going on the belts or even going under the plane kind of thing, these are going to be the ones that are going to take the beating. Now, out of the two, which are my favorite? This one. The FRP is definitely my favorite. It definitely takes the wear and tear. It doesn't chip, it doesn't peel, it doesn't crack or break or anything like that. That's why I like the FRP. If I wanted a little glitz and glam, it was going to be this guy right here, like I said, because he's sparkly, and that's why I love him. Now, in that same pleather stuff, we got, code please, we got that keychain, that faux glitter keychain looking thing. Again, you could even use this as a luggage tag if you wanted to. You could put it on a book bag for kiddos, so you know that that's your kiddo's book bag. Really, there's a lot of options to it than other just a keychain. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these. They do have different options as well. You also have your hugger. I'm a hugger too. It's okay. This is your Koozie Hugger, right? This guy right here. Guess why this would probably be my fan favorite? If you're going to put a koozie on something, right? Here's why. One, well, it's flat and it's straight, and I don't have seams because I hate seams. I hate those dreaded white lines, right? This just happens to Velcro around it, and now you too can have a can koozie, and it works so much better. If you are one of those people that it just doesn't want the white seams, this would be the way to go. If you're looking for the product number for that one, it is, I don't know. You like that, Nikki? I don't know. I don't know. There it is. It's Hug 4. Oh, it's a Hug 4. It's HUG4. It's a neoprene wrap hugger with Velcro. Oh, okay. Sorry. Now, Mousepad. We all talked about the Mousepad. I want to tell you the story of the Mousepad. Here's the story of the Mousepad. We took this to the AG in Texas, right? And we put it on our table, and a lot of people came over. They used these game pieces that I told you all about, and this is actually from Conde. So yes, it wasn't just somebody's that I used. This was from Conde. We made a game board out of it, and this is how they could go and get points for different things, right? And whatnot. So we took one and we put Claire's from Blanktastic. We put her stuff on there. It was great, right? It was absolutely great. But she is a big person and advocate for Conde, and I'm like, do you care that I use it? She's like, no, go for it. So we totally made a game out of it, and then this way you got to win basically your discount off of what your purchase was. So you guys are going to see more games like that with the neoprene stuff with my class on the 29th. Wait for it and see then. And you're going to see more just in my digital shop too at the Sassy Subber over on Etsy. Make sure you check that out as well. I have been posting designs. I am back in the swing of things. Some of my designs you're going to see tonight that I have been doing. Pardon me. Your girl is trying really hard here. All right. This next item intrigues the heck out of me. I ain't going to lie, because I'm like, okay, maybe I need it. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Do I need it? Do I want it? Is it something that I would use? But you know what? We're going to press it tonight. It's a checkbook holder. Okay? So if people still use those things, right? I don't. I'm one of those people who doesn't use checks. But this is the Bifold nylon checkbook cover. So honestly, do you have to put checks in it? No, but it makes a really nice thin wallet as well. I mean, it does make a really nice wallet. So you can use it as a wallet. You don't necessarily have to use it for a checkbook if checks aren't your thing, but you can. But what you can do is get a notepad and put a notepad inside here if you wanted to, and then you have all of that in one little neat location. That's BF 600K. Make sure you guys check that one out. We're going to press that tonight. We have ourselves the little cute pet scarves, and it did come with, wherever I said it, it does come with the collar with this one. So that's the pet scarf. Make sure you make some fall ones, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Maybe you want to make a bundle pack with them. Whatever it may be, do what you got to do, and you can bundle these all together and sell them to pet lovers everywhere. All right, we're getting down there. We got some more stuff. Now, I have seen some pillows. I have the 16 by 16 pillowcases, the linen ones. This is the 12 by 18 lumbar pillow, which I have a feeling I'm going to be using today because all the coughing with the COVID. Yes, so these are the linen ones, super soft. I always love me some good linen. The linens are definitely my favorite line. No matter where I shop, I will look for linen, hands down. All right, and that little beautiful Conde item is, as soon as I can find it, right? Because why not? Why did I not see it on this list? Oh, there it is. It's the Sublimation Linen Lumbar Pillow. It's 12 by 18. It's JDW 782, if you're looking for that. Now, this little intriguing thing, I was looking at it because I didn't read the list. It happens. All right, so I was trying to figure out what in the world this thing was. Now, it looked like a flag, so I was okay, but I couldn't figure out why does it open. Hello? I don't know why it opens, but it's probably to put some paper inside so it doesn't bleed through. That's probably going to be my guess on that one, so that it doesn't bleed through, so you can make it double-sided. But then, of course, your girl's got to look at it and go, ooh, this would make a really nice bag. Like, if I put 2 grommets in this thing, it would make a great bag for, like, in your laundry room, to put the socks in so that they don't get lost. Like, I would use it for that too. So I've already thought of some uses for it, and it's supposed to be a car flag. Oh no. We have the pocket pillow here, right? We got the pocket pillow. This is more like a canvas style. Not my favorite when it comes to the pillow styles. I do like me a nice plushy pillow, and I do love me the Sublimation linen. So this is the canvas one, but this is the pocket type pillow sham. It's a sham is what they're calling it, right? But you can use it as a pocket pillow if you wanted to, but they're calling this the pillow sham for that. The next 2 items before we get into the pressy stuff. Now, if you all know, I have a golden retriever. Well, my daughter does. And I said to her, this was an extra large. I go, do you think we'd be able to put that on him? And she goes, he's a little thick with 3 C's, Mom. Okay, you're not going to get that on there. So if you've got a golden retriever, no, it will not fit your golden retriever. This is more like beagle size. I'd say full-grown beagle. He would probably be this size that would fit into this. Skinnier dogs, maybe like a greyhound, might be able to fit into this. But anything that's got some girth and some chunky and some fluffiness, like a golden, is not going to fit into this. All right, so your smaller breeds. Remington is considered a larger breed. So you definitely, on the extra large, want to go more into the medium-sized breeds for this. And this is the extra large one. And we'll press this at a later date, too, because I got to figure out what design I want to put on it. All right. Then, let's see. Yeah, that's not fitting Luke. It won't even go around his head. Okay, they would look. Luke and Remy are Goldens. Okay, I really needed this for my flight. I wish I had this for my flight. It would have been so nice not seeing the thunder and lightning storm outside the plane window as I was coming home. This, yeah, that is right. So I definitely will make sure I'll be pressing this one. I do have some designs in my shop for this. I do believe it's sloth eyes is what I have. So not everything's going to get pressed tonight. We're going to do as much as we possibly can. I do want to show off some things, and we are going to go right to that. We're going to head over to the heat press. Let's just go see what we've got cooking up over there. Flip that camera. Move that beautiful bean footage. All right, let's see what we got. There you go. Check out that angle, you all. That's right. That's where we're at today. Oop, dropped it. Okay. Well, hello. Let's see how bad I look on this angle. I can only imagine. Let me go bring over my phone so I can see the comments. There we go. Here they are. You guys get to watch the cameras in action too. This is how we do it around here, right? When I'm on my phone and on the camera. So then this way, y'all can see what I'm doing. Right? This is how it goes. So let's just move that over so it's not in the way. Now you know. All right, so we're going to press some stuff. We're going to do the lumbar pillow just because I really love this and I want to show off my gnome design for this. First things first is you always want to make sure that you lint roll. You lint roll all of your fabrics. The reason we do that is to get all those little blue fibers off of there. We don't want any of that, okay? So you want to get all of that off. And the reason I wanted this angle of the press is so that I could show you some things too. I will be moving it probably closer so it's a little bit more overhead when I do my Conde live, but you know, you guys are here for it today, so here we go. So let's get that. Here is, we all know how much I love me and my gnomies. We are going to just press the gnome. My temperature is at 395 for 65. I do want to just kind of go and get some of this paper off of here, only because I want to make sure that I line it up correctly. No other reason than that, because I want to have it sort of centered. So I'm going to come around here, throw this paper away. Okay. So I want to take my image and I'm going to fold it in half and I'm going to pinch it right up at the top. One, that lets me know where the center of my design is. Okay. So he's going to come right off that edge, just like I want it. Now, I'm going to tape this down, and the only reason I'm taping it down, and typically I don't, I usually just lay it right on the heat press. I won't tape it down, but because he is on the longer side, I do want to make sure that I press it and get it good. Now, you do want to use firm pressure on this one. Not squish the hell out of me pressure, definitely not that. But you definitely want some firm pressure because you do have this opening here and this will get pressed. So you want to make sure that you have enough pressure. Remember, I'm using a clamshell. So with my clamshell, the pressure is going to touch first in the back before it hits the front. All right, causing a slight, and I mean very slight, pressure issue. So how do I combat that? Well, you could put some cardstock underneath it, but because this is fabric, it's a little bit more forgiving. I won't do it for my fabric items, but on my harder substrates, I absolutely do. So we're gonna lay this down on the heat press. Now we're protecting our investment. Our investment, it is our heat press, right? Because we don't want that residual stuff on there. Now I do, again, I'm gonna be pressing this zipper. It will cause me some issues. We're gonna see how well I do with this. Because I do have my design. Typically I like to have the zipper hang over the edge, but I'm living dangerously today. I've been off the air for a while, so I'm living dangerously. You bring that zipper off the edge, it stops it from having the pressure issues, but because my design is literally on the edge, and I guess I could. Should I just live dangerously? I should just live dangerously. Let's see how it goes. Let's just live dangerously, okay? Because why not? And that's way too much pressure. See, you know when you have too much pressure when you can't actually close it. There we go. All right. So now we have that on here, and now we're going to prep some other items. Let's see. We've got some air fresheners in the air tag, and that we're going, or the luggage tag. I literally just printed off some random designs as quick as my little heart could, so that I could show you guys some beautiful designs tonight on the fly. I'm like, okay, we got this, right? We can do this. We're pros at this point. Right, because all of us are pros? No, not really. None of us are pros in this business. There's not a pro to be had. You can't hear me? Lord knows I'm loud enough. Hold on. I did switch it over. Hold up. Hold up, buttercups. Hard to hear me. Okay, hold on. It's because I shut off the one camera. Hold, please. Oh, or not. Hold on. I know what the problem is. Give me 1 sec. Hold, please. Hold, please. Let's see. Here we go. There, that should help. That's what happens when you turn off the camera. When you switch your cameras out, right? That's what happens. So, do you hear me now? I hope so. Okay. So, yep. That's what happens. It's because I shut off the little camera. So, don't worry about my backside. Okay? It's cute. All right. Sorry for that view. That's why it's a little camera. Okay, so here you go. This is what it looks like. It is absolutely adorable. And as you can see, I had even pressed down in here. It had even pressed on there. So when I do go to close this, right now it's a little on the warm side because it's under that press. Woohoo! Hot. Let me just let it cool because this is hot. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So now I will tell you, I did end up with those pressure issues. So let's talk about this. So if you have a design, note that if you bring it down too far, I could tell you there's a pressure issue here. How do I know? Because that's supposed to be black. Actually a blackish gray. So note to self, move your design up about 1.5 inches and start your design there. If you're trying the full bleed, the problem is there's bulk in this zipper. And you will end up with a faded mark, which I can, in better lighting, show you. But it definitely, let me see if I can get a little closer. A little closer to the camera here. All right, so that does show some fading, and that's because of this zipper mark. So move it up about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, and then start your design. Because, I mean, look at the green. Oh, that's a pretty green too. I think that. Okay. You're welcome. So professional of me. All right, so. Now what we're going to do is that glass ornament. Now with glass ornaments, you do not want to mirror your image. Acrylic ornaments, you don't want to mirror your image as well. So we are going to just layer out. Here's the thing with glass. Now, everybody has their own little method to pressing glass. Some people will use Nomax pads, which I will grab mine out. Some people will use the green foam. Some people will use a lot of different things. It's really... You could follow the manufacturer's instructions, but also work what's best for you and how you created your method, okay? So here's that Nomax pad that has seen better days. I need to first make sure that I can get my pressure right. Because this Nomax pad is thick. Okay, now, that was kind of on the light pressure side. I'm about to add this in here with some paper. I am going to press it down inward, and then my design you should be able to see up through. Okay? It's been a hot minute since I've done glass, so. I won't lie, everybody holds their breath every time I do this because they're afraid that it's going to crack. Okay, good. So what I was waiting for and holding my breath for is there have been times when I have pressed glass and literally I put it in here and I heard it pop, which means it cracked. All right, that meant I had too much pressure. So when you have your Nomax pad under there, you want it to where it's medium pressure because then when you add in your paper and you're adding in your substrate, it now makes it at the perfect pressure for that substrate. All right, so again, these are just things that you learn along the way. You want to make sure that you add the things that you need to add and by adding extra items to your cart. I know that we're in a price crunch right now, but I know Conde's running some major sales over there. Make sure you pick up a couple extra if it's a brand new item to you. If you've pressed MDF, MDF is MDF is MDF. I don't care how you shake it and bake it. all right, when it comes to the pressing of it. But if you've never pressed glass, or you've never pressed the Color Light from Conde, the acrylic, buy a couple extra. Now, I'm going to pick this up and not move it. My image you should be able to see all the way through. I want to get the light in there so I can see. And she's stunning. Like, this is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I just picked a random design. This design does not fit this substrate, and I need to protect my investment right now. This bad boy is hot. All right. So, it is so pretty. One of my favorite things is to press glass and acrylic. And I was sold many, many, many moons ago. Let me get some white behind this so y'all can see it a little bit better. Many moons ago, I was sold on this product. Woo-hoo. How hotty. Okay, I will take better pictures of it, but honestly, if you want a classy ornament, this is where classy ornaments come in. Glass, to me, is just classy. It's a classic thing to press. We're going to do the acrylic, even though the design is backwards. Let's just have it out right now. I just printed it off. I did not mirror this, but I want to show you why you have to mirror it. And we're just going to put it on some random shape because we just want to be able to show you what it looks like pressed. Remember, acrylic gets soft when it gets heated. So I want to loosen my pressure up a little bit more. Okay. Again, follow the manufacturer's instructions on what they say. I've been pressing it enough to know how it works for me. I'm again going to use my Nomax pad for this. And then I'm going to put this, how do I want to do this? I got to remember off the top of my head. I think I want to flip it around. Let me think. Hold on, I got to go. My Bible is over there. Okay. So I need to make sure that I press it in the right direction. Acrylic face up, transfer face down. We're going to go with it. With light pressure. Okay, I loosened that pressure up a little bit. I could be completely wrong on this too. Just note that, okay? This was a fly-by-the-night conversation. All right. You guys have seen me press these about a bajillion times. These are the Benelux, and this is the metal. Again, you want classy that holds up to it. The metals are where it's at for that. Love those to pieces. We are going to do the luggage tag. That FRP luggage tag, right? The luggage tags, honestly, again, like I said, I love the FRP. They are my favorite. We're also going to do the glitter leather, the glitter bag tag. Try to use your words, Nikki. Now, here's the thing with these guys. With the faux leather, you don't want the top of your heat press to touch it. So obviously it does get pressed like this, all right? So anything with the faux leather, you want to put a piece of tape. If your heat press has to touch that faux leather, put a piece of tape on your faux leather just to protect it so that it doesn't get ruined. All right, let's see if I did it right. Lord only knows. Of course I did. Like, why wouldn't I? Oh, y'all missed me. You missed me, didn't you? I know. You missed the crazy. No one likes it when the sassy one is sick. Now, again, I know it's backwards, but honestly, even if the wording is backwards, let me put this up against here. Even if that wording is backwards, she subs gorgeous. Like, this is how easy acrylic should be to press. It's hard to see. I'm sorry. Can y'all see that a little bit better? I'm looking at the camera. Oh, it's hard to see the glare. But I will take good pictures of these so you guys can definitely see them. All right, we're going to take this off. Hello, Sassy Nation. Thank you guys for coming in here and putting in hashtag sassy. As you guys know, with hashtag sassy, what does it mean? Well, it lets me know you guys are watching me live right now. If you happen to come back and you're watching this rewind, it is hashtag rewind. We started that a few years back, and it is caught on in just about every group. A lot of groups have been starting to do their thing. They've created their own little hashtags to let people know. And what that does is it helps me to know that you guys are watching it and when you guys are watching it. Okay. So let's do the FRP first. These are two different types of substrates. So what happens is they're two different types of thicknesses. Again, with the FRP, you can definitely do a firm pressure on this guy. He is one of those things that you can't hurt. All right, you don't have to worry about breaking it. So just press it. You don't want the squish the hell out of me kind of pressure, but if you've got firm pressure, that's okay. Medium pressure, you will end up with some modeling looking, or like what I call cloud looking. The cloud looking is basically white patches. That means you don't have enough pressure. So here's some pro tips for you. If in your press, when you're pressing an item, right, and it has some cloud looking type on your image, right, it means you don't have enough pressure. Sometimes you can save it if you haven't peeled it off all the way and you haven't moved it. You can repress it without being, having any issues. Up your pressure and it should even it right out. If you see your colors look more like they're brownish, for an example, we always say for blacks, if they look brown, it means it's burnt. And even if it looks purpley, it can that's going towards brown, right? So that could be that you're too high of temperature and it's burnt. Your reds can also, your vibrant reds can look burnt. Now, if it's undercooked, your black will look green, which means it's not saturating. It's not taking all the color like it's supposed to, right? So remember, brown is burnt, green is undercooked. It's like trying to find the right temperature and pressure and all that for baking your cake. All right, so whatever it may be, you'll figure it out. Now, because I am such a fan of FRP in every way, shape, and form, and I truly believe they need to have other shapes in FRP, because I would probably buy everything in FRP, because it is beyond easy to press. Now, I will tell you, when you go to take this off your paper, because my belief is really, if this were to slide, because this is still hot, this little bit would have off-gassed onto the back of that. But if you want to see an amazing design, there you go. This guy is gorgeous, all right? And it's still nice and rigid. It is absolutely stunning. So that guy can be just thrown around. I could chuck him outside and he's not going to break or crack. All right, we're going to use the little section right here for this guy. I mean, I'm going to test my pressure to make sure that he doesn't squish the heck out of me pressure. Oh, he needs to loosen a little bit. There we go. Now that's the luggage tag. Now you've seen some items like the pocketbooks and whatnot that are made with that faux leather. With faux leather, if your heat press hits it, it can melt it. So just put a piece of tape to cover that faux leather so it's not directly hitting your platen. We don't want to hit the platen. We want to be able to protect that faux glitter, right? So, and that part of the faux leather. So make sure you put some tape over it, hang it off the edge if you're able to, and that's for the pocketbooks. For this guy, because he's not actually touching the top of my platen, I don't have to worry about it. What I have to worry about is that I make sure that I have nice even pressure. So you definitely still want more of a medium to firm. You don't want light pressure, but you also don't want the squish the hell out of me pressure. We want to find that happy middle ground when it comes to pressing the faux leather luggage tags. And that also goes for the keychains and anything else that's the glitter with the faux leather. You just want to make sure you find a happy middle ground when it comes to that. Your girl's on a roll tonight. That is right. All right. Now, for an example, this is why you have to be careful with the heat on this, because this will come up. So what do? I literally will put something heavy on top of this, because the heat will make the glitter come off. This is why you have to be very careful with this. And I'm not going to pull my tape off just yet, because I don't want it to pull off that faux glitter. So what I will do is let her cool down for a little bit before I go to pull that tape off. Right? You want it to cool down just a hot second. Now, I want to do this. Okay? Now, see if I can get my gloves off. Okay, so see, it's pulling it off. I'm going to wait. I want it to cool down completely. All right, let me see if I can get this side. Nope. See? So this is the problem that I have with it, and it could be that I just had too much pressure. Again, buy a couple of extra of these. Make sure you follow the manufacturer's instructions on how they tell you to do it, and don't pull a Nikki and just throw it in there. Once this cools down, I will be able to take this tape off, and there'll be no problems with it. You just really want it to be able to not stick. So let's see if we can get it off now. Nope. She's stuck on there for a little bit, so let's let her cool off because I probably did too much pressure. All right. So because I've never pressed one of these flags before from Conde, this is their car flag. We're just going to do one image. My curiosity is do I have to put the paper in, right? Or can I just press it, right? Does the image bleed through to the other side? These are the questions that I'm going to have, and I'm going to help you by walking through them with you. So, we're just going to put a random image on this. We're going to put some paper down. And we're doing red out of all colors. I want to lay this down, lint rolled it off, right? Now there is this pocket where I am going to assume you're supposed to put paper in between there to protect it. But, let's be real for a second. There's got to be one of you out there that's going to go, oh no, you can just do it like this. Let's see if that's the case. I want to know if this red is going to bleed through to that back side, right? I think the car flags are a great idea. I think this is great for catching the wind and whatnot, but I also see some other opportunities with this flag. It did not come with the pole. I believe you have to buy the pole separate. I'm not 100% sure. So we're just going to lay this on here. I have questions. And we're just going to see. I have no idea if it's going to come off or not. So, let's see. Did I ruin this? That's the question of the day. Yep, I did. Okay. Note to self. Don't put too much pressure. There you go. There's your answer. You put too much pressure, your tape stays on. Or use your Conde Pro Spray, which probably would have been a lot easier. But your girl doesn't own Conde Pro Spray. So, no Conde Pro Spray for me. Let me see what's going on in the comments. Any questions about all the stuff that you're seeing? There's a lot of stuff in this box, and it's a great tester box. If you're looking to carry new items and you really weren't sure, this box is the real deal. Hi again. So if you're looking at me in that little tiny camera, hi. Sorry for the backside view. You know, it is what it is. So while you guys are waiting for that, we are going to press this guy. I know nothing about what to do or press for this, so this is all new to me. In our little experiment. Let's see. Now that's red. That is very red. Oh boy. Nothing more fearful than wondering if it works or not, right? The question is, do I see it? Well, doesn't look like it did. Okay. All right. No? Well, it's red. And it didn't appear to bleed through. All right. Let's do round two. See if we can do this. I'm not really sure. Anywho. So what we're going to do is we're going to press this. If you're looking at me in that little tiny itty bitty camera, we're going to press this guy right here. I've got a design for that. We're going to do that. I'm going to show you guys the air freshener. We're going to press that real quick. And then I think that'll be it for tonight. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure on all the things that I will press. And we'll see what time it is when I decide to stop. Hello. Again, make sure you guys send the love right now to the ladies behind the helm. As always, thank you to Jess, Jody, Cheyenne, and Amanda for helping me out, as always, behind the scenes. They're top notch. They're the best an admin team could ask for when it comes to helping me out. When I do these lives, without those four ladies, I am completely lost. I do get picked on that I do have the best admin team, and I'm like, well, yeah, I know. They are pretty rock awesome. So, there you go. Oh, can I just tell you, I'm glad to be back. And I'm glad to be teaching again this weekend. So, I really need to probably put something on the back of my shirt when I do this. It's crazy that my audio doesn't work on this other camera. Weird. Weird. Okay, got all that off. And, ooh, holy Toledo. Oh, alright, so as you can see, yes, you can see through it because that's a really dark color, right? So that's good to know. That's, you know, you can see the image through there, not because it bled through, because it didn't. I can literally tell you that it did not bleed through. I can see the image, but it didn't bleed through the fabric, which means it's a, you know, it's a quality fabric. This is kind of like a nylon type of material. This isn't canvasy type. It's got a sheen to it. But yes, if you are doing double images, as you can see, you will see the light coming through there. So you will see that contrast if that is your thing. And as always, why we change our butcher paper is because it does leave us a little present behind. I put butcher paper on items to keep it from pulling the tape off and the tape at the bottom. Would that have worked in saving back? Yes, I probably could have laid that out. Let's say this was it. I could have laid it out, put my image over, and taped it to the bottom paper. Absolutely would have probably helped out a lot better. I just probably had muscle man pressure. You know, when you're feeling finally better, you have muscle man pressure. And that's probably what happened to me, is I got a little happy that I could press things without passing out. Okay, so we're going to do a nice fall design in this. Now, here's what you have to worry about. Hang this off the edge of your press. This guy has this plastic piece. You don't want him on your press. You want to hang him off. Line this up however you so choose. Okay, a little bit over. I'm just going to tape it down. I am going to put some butcher paper underneath though, because my design does, oh goodness gracious, my design does go over the edge. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to close my paper and we're going to drop it. Okay, so now I've got it off the edge of here, so that protects this plastic piece right here. We don't want this to go inside the heat press. It will melt. There's no way to go about that. So you only want to press the side that has the image, the place for the image. Put the other side off of your press. So welcome and thank you. Yes, they're the bestest ladies on the planet. Bestest ladies ever. Sorry, I figured I'd turn around and look at the little camera too. See, I need a bullseye on my back, I think. Gotta work on this whole camera issue. It feels like I'm 18 feet away from that camera and I'm really only 5 feet, but when you only stand 5'6", it is what it is. And you're here for it. Have you ever thought that this is the longest 65 seconds of your entire life? Because I have in just this little bit. I feel like 65 seconds is an eternity some days. Alright. And stunning. Absolutely stunning. There you go. Again, we protected this by not putting this inside the heat press. And you have that. That is actually quite pretty. I'm very impressed with myself. One last thing, we're going to press the air freshener. There's some tips and tricks I want to teach you about the air freshener real quick. Okay, I was going to. Until I can't find my stuff. Well, gosh darn it. Did I use it all? I don't think, oh no, there it is. Okay. All right, one last one. Now, because this is big enough, I'm literally just going to do what Kim asked me. And there's probably something I could have done. So take your paper, lay it down. I don't want to tape the image to the felt. You can do the pocket method, but you run the risk of it bleeding weird. So what I did was, instead of taping it to the felt, I'm taping it to the paper, the butcher paper. All right? We're going to take another piece of paper, put it on top. I did that, yes. I just thought about it for a second. So when you're adding your oils, if you add oils, that is completely up to you. But let me give you some tips and tricks about those oils, okay? Anything that's perfumey smells can literally be a trigger for people to have migraines and whatnot. So if you are looking to scent yours, you scent around the edge of them. All right, you never scent on the inside of it, because depending on the oils that you use, it can make your oils or your inks bleed a little bit, or at least look like they're bleeding. So you dab it around the outside edge. Do they last a long time? Depends on how much oil you add to it. Next on that, the types of oils that you use, you can use the essential oils. A lot of people will use the candle style oils, that kind of thing. There's a couple of different places you can use them from. I tend to stay with bakery scents, buttercream frosting, maple, the sweet smelling ones, because people can typically handle those and they don't trigger a migraine. Lavender, believe it or not, can trigger migraines for people. Any harsh smells can. Or if you want to, be one of those people who doesn't add a scent at all and let them add their own scents. That is also something you can do as well. It's just really up to you and how you want to showcase them, if this is something that you want to do. Now, as you can see, yes, it is on my paper, but it's not taped. Now, it's bent. You take it, you let it cool onto a flat surface. You can put a book on top of it so that it definitely goes flat when you do this. All right, let me see if my oils are right there. Oh, oils, where are you? Yes, they are. If you go onto my Amazon affiliate shop, my influencer shop, I have these scents, okay? Do we want snickerdoodle? Ooh, we want some snickerdoodle. I think I want snickerdoodle. Yeah, I do. Makes me want cookies. Okay, so how do you do this? Watch. Let's just get to the camera here. Okay, so you want to take it and very gently just dab it along the side. Right, you would probably want to do this over a waste paper basket. Okay, another trick that you can do with this. Okay, if you don't want to get it all in the messies, hold on. Let me get some paper. I'm going to double check this. You want to get a paper plate, but I don't have one sitting here. Okay, what you can do, let's say this was a paper plate, add your oils to the paper plate, and you can just dab this into here and just run it through, okay, on your plate. Then this way you've dabbed along the edge. You could do it, but just make sure you just dab it on here. And this is how people do it. Some people use pipettes and use the pipettes and kind of just put them on here too. Oh, my house smells like snickerdoodles. I need me some cookies. Anybody want to make me cookies? Okay, so there you go. Sop up that little extra oil on the side if it happens to fall, and there you go, and that's how you do it. This way you are not going to make it look crappy. So you could put your oils on or in a little bowl, and then you could just dip the sides in if you want to do that. If you didn't want to do the tapping method, that is completely up to you and how you would like to do it. Now, if you're looking for a good oil set, if Cheyenne wants to post, or Jody, these are found in my influencer shop. These are the good essential gift oil sets. This is the holiday dessert one, and let me see if I can tell you all the smells. This is my favorite one. So even when I'm doing vendor shows, I will put these around because these don't cause people headaches. They cause people to come into your shop. They come into your space because it smells so inviting, right? We've got pumpkin pie, apple cinnamon. Apple cinnamon can be a tough smell, so just be careful. candy cane, that's a peppermint. You have brown sugar. All I can smell is snickerdoodle. You have red cherry. You have gingerbread, snickerdoodle, and hot chocolate. So yes, if you want to make something smell amazing in your vendor booth and draw them in, because come on, who doesn't love the smell of a good bakery, okay? We just kind of get drawn like, ooh, what is that smell? What is it, right? Have some of those smell. I have one singular smell though. If you're gonna have your booth space smell like a particular smell, always use that scent. And the reason behind it is because you don't want to add all these scents and it overwhelms your person, right? Then you want to put these guys in plastic bags that are sealed so that they don't have to smell them. You can make your own scratch and sniff little things for them as well if people want to smell them, which are super easy to make. You can get the scratch and sniff blank pads on Amazon as well. So that's how you can do that. If you want to put it on a plate, just dip it in there. If you want to, use a pipette if you want to, and you can do that as well. But again, stay away from the perfumey smells, your lavenders, your eucalyptus. The stuff that is supposed to soothe you could actually be counterproductive. So we don't necessarily want to use those. We want to use the really nice smells. I'm going to switch it over to that camera. We're going to do this on the rewind. I'm going to grab these guys and let's go. All right, here we are on the bigger camera. Let me get this. Get this over here. And now we're back to the bigger camera. Let me see, there we go. So, there you go. That were just some of the many things that you're going to find in that Christmas and July box from Conde. Really, it's an amazing box if you're going to have one. And I hope you guys try to get one. And you see some of the products that were in there that you absolutely just had to have was one of these Conde boxes. I hope you guys could join me for my class on the 29th at 2:30 Central Standard Time. I'm hoping you guys will join me then when I get to teach right there at the Conde Virtual Open House. That's right. I'll be there. So, thank you guys so much for joining me on this influencer box opening and showing you guys what was in those boxes and some of the stuff that you could do with them, some of the tips and tricks you can learn with those items, some of the things that I kind of went through. Make sure you, when you get these boxes, go find their manufacturer's instructions on how to press time, temp, and pressure. Don't always go by what Nikki says. It's not always what Nikki says that works, okay? Just going to tell you that right now out of the gate. Oh, this has been fun. Thanks for guys for watching tonight. I'm happy to be back full time. It's been a hot minute. I know I still sound a little hoarse, but honestly, I am feeling 1,000 times better. Until next time, I will see you guys all later. You know where, on the flip side.